So I banished the darkness of the past in my last video and showed you the darkness of the future. But can that darkness too be banished? Let's find out. A lot of people complain about how our world today is completely degenerate and you have degeneracy everywhere. And I understand that this is true. But there is no degeneracy in my life. So, even though I'm living in a world where everything is, drowning in degeneracy, I have no degeneracy in my life because I have chosen not to include it as part of my life. And you can do that too. You don't have to watch porn. You don't have to take drugs. You don't have to drink yourself into a stupor every weekend. You don't have to screw around with all kinds of cheap sluts. You don't have to share VDs with your friends. You can choose to be better than that. And it's all up to you. There's nothing hindering you. There's nothing holding you back. Nobody's putting a gun to your head. It's telling you that, hey,
Snow nigga, you don't have to engage in degeneracy.
So it's all up to you. And if you can't find the strength to, crawl on top of things and not drown in degeneracy, then, I guess mankind will be better off without you. When I say that nature has a self-destruct mechanism for degenerates, let's call it that, this is what I mean. If you are able to not become attracted to the degeneracy, then nature wants you to live. If you are too weak to resist, and if you engage in all kinds of degenerate behavior and thinking, then that is a nature, getting rid of you. Nature respects strength, not weakness. And therefore, by offering you all kinds of, what shall I call it, easy short-term pleasures, nature is able to weed out the weak and the stupid and the cowardly. Because those who are not will simply say that, no thanks, don't want any of it. So I live 2017 in a world completely drowned in degeneracy, but there is no degeneracy in my life. And I find it very, very easy to avoid the degeneracy. If you get ads for degeneracy on internet, that's because you have Googled degeneracy. You have looked for degeneracy. So even there, it's not an excuse. I don't get any, ads for porn on my computer because I have never looked for porn on my computer. Never ever. So the Google search engines are not going to send porn my way, and they still haven't done so. Nobody holds a gun to your head and says,
Hey Snow nigga, you have to watch men masturbate in the bodies of others.
never happened. It's your choice. You choose to be a degenerate. I remember back when I was, in my early teens, and everybody talked about how difficult it was to resist peer pressure in terms of drugs and so forth. I remember playing role-playing games with, some older guys. One of them, a 19-year-old, offered us drugs, and I said no thanks. That was it. you know, if you're so weak that you can't just say no thank to something like that, then you deserve what is coming your way, really. Nobody is putting a gun to your head, telling you that
Hey, Snow Nigga, you have to take drugs for non-medicinal use.
doesn't happen. That's your choice. You either choose to be degenerate, low-life, loser, junkie, or you choose not to be. Your life, your responsibility. You could say that there is some evil spirit offering you all this degeneracy. But that's the role of this evil spirit, isn't it? And it's you. It's up to you to say no, thanks, to this evil spirit. And if you don't, if you say, oh yes please, let's have some degeneracy, then you can't blame this evil spirit afterwards. It was your choice. You're the weak one. You are responsible for this yourself.
Can I offer you some degenerate porn?
No thanks. Maybe the evil spirit is there to begin with, to take out the trash of humanity. If you believe in those lies, you're an idiot. You have to go. Bye-bye. All the darkness of the future is going to swallow up all the darkness of mankind. And what is left is the light of mankind. And that is a good thing for mankind. Mankind doesn't need billions of individuals to be mankind. Mankind made up of 1 billion or maybe even 1 million is still mankind. And quality-wise, it might very well be much better. And in relation to our planet, it's much better. Because cars don't pollute, factories don't pollute, airplanes don't pollute, human beings pollute.